Picture a world where the finest spices, the rarest silks, and the most coveted secrets are traded not in airplanes or on container ships, but on the backs of camels, traversing thousands of miles across rugged landscapes and through empires. This might sound like an exotic tale from the distant past. But what if I told you that this ancient superhighway not only reshaped civilizations, but also laid the groundwork for the world we know today? Welcome to the Silk Road. Now, hold on a second. When you hear the term Silk Road, you might think of a single road, maybe a literal thoroughfare that stretched from east to west. Well, it's not quite as simple as that. In fact, the Silk Road was more of a network of routes, a spiderweb of paths connecting empires across vast distances. These routes, which included land and sea pathways, facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas and influences between the East and the West for over 1,500 years. And while silk, a luxurious fabric highly prized in the West, certainly played a part in its name, the Silk Road was much more than just a silk superhighway. Oh no, it carried a whole bouquet of treasures from the East. Spices such as cinnamon, pepper, and nutmeg, which added flavor to Western dishes and were believed to have medicinal properties, were highly sought after. Precious metals like gold, silver, and ivory also made the journey westward, as did inventions like gunpowder, the compass, and paper, each of which would leave an indelible mark on world history. But the movement wasn't one way. The Silk Road saw the exchange of ideas, philosophies, and religions. Buddhism, for instance, spread from India to China along these very routes, while Christianity and Islam found their way eastward. Even diseases, sadly, had a place on the Silk Road, with pathogens like the bubonic plague making the journey from Asia to Europe with devastating consequences. So let's embark on a journey through time and uncover the secrets of this ancient superhighway. We'll traverse the bustling cities along the route, meet the merchants who braved perilous journeys, discover the hidden gems of the Silk Road, and explore how this incredible network continues to shape our world in ways we might not even realize. And who knows, by the end of this journey, you might find that the Silk Road is more than just a historical curiosity. It could be a key to understanding our interconnected world today, and perhaps even a glimpse into its future. To truly understand the impact of the Silk Road, we need to go back to the catalyst of its creation. The economic engine that drove this vast network was largely fueled by trade. Western empires coveted the exotic goods of the East, things like silk, spices, and precious metals. And Chinese rulers recognized this desire, using it to their advantage to expand their influence and wealth. For instance, during the Han Dynasty, which began in 206 BCE and lasted until 220 CE, the ruling powers realized the potential of connecting with Western markets. Under their reign, the Silk Road started to take shape, facilitating the exchange of goods that would bring immense wealth to those involved. Fast forward a few centuries, and we see the roots of the Silk Road weaving through the heart of the Mongol Empire under the reign of Genghis Khan and his successors. During the Yuan Dynasty, which lasted from 1271 to 1368, the Mongols provided stability and security to the vast network, allowing trade to flourish. The bustling city of Karakoram became a significant hub along the Silk Road. As we move further into the 14th century, we encountered the Islamic Golden Age, a period of cultural, economic, and scientific advancement in Muslim history. Cities like Samarkand and Bukhara became centers of trade and intellectual exchange along the Silk Road, showcasing the fusion of cultures that defined this era. However, as the 15th century rolled around, the Silk Road started to feel the winds of change. With new maritime routes to Asia opening up and the decline of some key empires, the traditional Silk Road network started to fade. But its impact on shaping world history remained. From the trading centers to the caravanserais where merchants rested, from the goods traded to the ideas exchanged, every aspect of the Silk Road contributed to the rich tapestry of our world's history. Now that we've set the stage for this incredible journey, it's time to dive into the heart of the action. Let's explore the key stops along the Silk Road. The stories of the merchants who traversed its paths, and the fascinating discoveries that await us at every turn. Imagine yourself stepping onto the bustling streets of Xi'an, once known as Chang'an, where the Silk Road began during the Han Dynasty. Here, amidst the vibrant bazaars and the murmur of countless languages, you'll feel the pulse of the ancient world. As you wander through the city, you can almost hear the clip-clop of horses' hooves and the rumble of camel caravans arriving from the west. The imposing city walls built during the Ming Dynasty stand as silent sentinels to the grandeur of the city's past. Xi'an is more than just a starting point. It's a portal to another time, a living testament to the Silk Road's origins. Continuing our journey, we come to Samarkand, a city that sits along the ancient Silk Road in what is now Uzbekistan. Renowned as a center of trade and culture, Samarkand played a pivotal role in the Silk Road network. Imagine yourself strolling through the magnificent Registan Square, surrounded by towering madrasas like the Ula Beg Madrasa, with its intricate tilework and stunning architecture. Each step you take in Samarkand echoes with the footsteps of traders, scholars, and adventurers who once called this place home. The city's grand bazaars, still bustling with activity, offer a glimpse into the vibrant commerce that thrived here for centuries. Our journey takes us next to Palmyra, a city that stood as a vital crossroads along the Silk Road in what is now Syria. Picture yourself standing before the Temple of Bel, a magnificent monument to the ancient gods of Palmyra, its ruins serving as a reminder of the city's former glory. As you explore the archaeological site, you can almost feel the energy of merchants, soldiers, and pilgrims who once gathered here, sharing stories and goods from distant lands. The ruins of Palmyra's colonnaded street transport you back in time, allowing you to visualize the bustling trade that once filled these very spaces. But the Silk Road was not just about the big cities. There were many lesser-known routes and stops that contributed to its vast network. One such hidden gem is Kashgar, a city nestled in the heart of China's Xinjiang region. Along the southern route of the Silk Road, Kashgar was a crucial hub for trade between China and Central Asia. Today, visitors can explore the historic Kashgar Bazaar, a labyrinth of narrow alleys and wooden shops that retain the charm of the Silk Road era. Now let's talk about the people who made the Silk Road come alive, the merchants, adventurers, and explorers who dared to traverse its winding paths. These intrepid travelers didn't just move goods and products. They carried with them stories, ideas, and cultures that shaped the world we live in today. Among them was the renowned Venetian merchant Marco Polo, whose travels to Asia during the 13th century inspired awe and wonder in Europe. His tales of adventure and discovery opened up the Eastern world to Western imaginations. Another fascinating figure was Ibn Battuta, a Moroccan explorer who journeyed to China during the Yuan dynasty. His first-hand account of life along the Silk Road offers a unique perspective on the cultural and political dynamics of the time. But it's not all about famous names. Every merchant, every traveler along the Silk Road had a story to tell. From the daring feats of navigating treacherous mountain passes to the challenges of communicating across languages and cultures. Their experiences were a microcosm of the Silk Road's grand narrative. Some merchants risked their lives and fortunes carrying precious silk, spices, or gold across the vast distances of the network. Others sought adventure, eager to explore lands beyond their own. And still others were driven by the pursuit of knowledge, eager to learn about different cultures and beliefs. Now let's turn our attention to the goods that flowed through the Silk Road, shaping economies, influencing cuisines, and even impacting warfare. Silk, of course, holds a prominent place among the most famous products of the Silk Road. Its luxurious texture and durability made it a highly sought-after commodity in the West. Spices like cinnamon, pepper, and cloves were another prized possession, adding both flavor and fragrance to Western dishes and holding cultural significance in various societies. Precious metals like gold and silver were also integral to the Silk Road trade, used not only for their monetary value, but also for crafting exquisite works of art and adornment. And let's not forget about the more unusual items that made their way along the Silk Road, like the Chinese invention of gunpowder, which started out as a component of fireworks, but later found its way into military applications, forever altering the course of warfare. But the exchange of goods was only part of the story. Ideas, philosophies, and religions also traveled along the Silk Road, contributing to the cultural richness of the ancient world. Buddhism, originating in India, found fertile ground for expansion in China, carried along the Silk Road by monks and missionaries. Similarly, the teachings of Islam spread eastward, with Muslim merchants playing a pivotal role in disseminating their faith across new lands. The exchange of religious texts and the establishment of mosques and monasteries along the Silk Road stand as enduring symbols of this cultural fusion. As we reflect on the impact of the Silk Road, it's essential to recognize that it wasn't just about trade or cultural exchange. It was a testament to the human spirit of exploration, adventure, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge and understanding. The Silk Road was a cradle of innovation, with inventions and ideas traveling from east to west, influencing the development of societies worldwide. Take, for example, the invention of paper in China, which revolutionized the way information was stored and disseminated, eventually finding its way to Europe and laying the foundation for modern printing. Gunpowder, initially used for fireworks, made its way to Europe via the Silk Road, forever changing the landscape of warfare. And the compass, invented in China, aided navigators in exploring uncharted waters, contributing to the Age of Discovery. The Silk Road was a conduit for technological advancements, fostering innovation and progress across continents. As we conclude our journey along the Silk Road, let's take a moment to appreciate the lasting legacy of this ancient superhighway. Its impact on world history is profound, shaping economies, cultures, and even the course of civilizations. The Silk Road reminds us of the power of connection, the exchange of ideas, and the pursuit of knowledge and understanding. In an increasingly interconnected world, the story of the Silk Road serves as both a guide and an inspiration. It encourages us to embrace cultural diversity, to seek out new opportunities for trade and collaboration, and to recognize the importance of preserving our shared history. The Silk Road is not just a chapter in the past. It's a testament to the boundless curiosity and spirit of exploration that defines humanity. It's a legacy that continues to resonate, reminding us that our world is shaped by the connections we make and the ideas we share.